A few weeks ago, I got to talk to the artist Earl Lewis outside the Rosenfeld Gallery in Philadelphia. He's an amazing painter, creating both fine art and children's book illustrations, and I found him to be a remarkably nice and kind man. He has a terrific website, eblewis.com, which I will use to show you some of his work for this film.
The name is Earl Lewis. I go by E.B. Lewis for my literary name. I do children's books as well as the fine art. It's this work that I'm showing here. It's really exciting for me because it's some brand new work. Took a hiatus from my work, my fine art work, because I felt that it wasn't relevant. I wanted it to say something. I wanted it to speak to what's happening in our society. And as a result, I took about 2.5 years off to do this work. I mean, just to think about it, and nothing was coming, and I just spent the time going in and out of galleries, doing a lot of reading, and one day I was in the studio and it hit, after just kind of working at it, doing sketches and things, and I knew right then that the times that I spent going down to get coffee at the Wawa down in South Jersey, I went there and started noticing the people in there just buying these scratch-off tickets, and just scratching their lives away, trying to making that winning ticket in a 1,000,000-to-1 shot, 1,000,000-to-1 opportunity. A lot of times they would have the children there, and I could see the children there just sitting there wondering, you're buying these tickets, and it almost appears as like we need to get something to eat. And I felt this was the comment that I needed to make, the statement that I needed to make. So I went back to the studio and started working on these Lotto icons. And these pieces are basically speaking of our culture, speaking of our society, and how we spend so much time in that frivolous pursuit of getting rich quick. And all we need to do is realize that our children are our most precious commodity. And if we just scratch them enough and scratch them deep enough, we will find that to be true. And so that's what these pieces are about. And so what happened is I started to do these little pieces in the sketchbook. And I realized to actually take it to the next step would be actually to do it on a lottery ticket. So I went out and bought these lottery tickets. I realized that the first one that I came across on a hit was in Kentucky. And so I had a friend I called a friend up in Kentucky and I said, look, if you can send me 50 lottery tickets. And he was quite, kind of taken aback because they, what do you want? You feel lucky or something? I said, no, I just need it. So if you just send them, I'll send you $50 down. And he sent me these lottery tickets. So I had these lottery tickets in my possession and decided I don't want to scratch these lottery tickets because it's going to really speak to the purpose of what I want them to say. I figured that if you don't scratch the ticket, you don't know whether or not it's a winning ticket or a losing ticket. Just like our children, we don't know whether or not they're winners or losers until we scratch them. And so I started to do these images on top of these lottery tickets. And so it just built this work that I'm really excited about. And this is the first time that they are being shown. And the response is fantastic. I'm just really excited. I'm loving that the people are actually coming to the work and looking at the work and getting it, understanding exactly what I'm talking about. And because it has so many layers. I'm not only talking about the issue of the scratch and the importance of our children, but I'm also going back into the Byzantine period, the 12th century Byzantine Italian art with the icons. And it's almost like a contradiction of term. Where these icons in the 12th century would have never been done of these impoverished kids. They're only done of the Christ figure or the Pope or someone like that of importance, but never in a million years would have been done on these children. And so this is a series, one in a series. The first series is an African American series, and then they're going to be series all over the world. So I'm doing children all over the world. So the next will be Asian, Latino, Latin America, so on and so forth. They're going to go all over the world dealing with these issues of children and how we need to really look at them and appreciate them.